From the Podwires newsroom at joinpodwires.com.
Good morning, Podski. I'm Michelle. It's Thursday, October 9th in Australia, and you're listening to Podwire's 5 Things. Today, Spotify reveals how Fandom is driving brand growth. A TV crime drama giant launches its first kids podcast, and we've got details on a new series taking you inside the world of K-pop training. Plus, a major podcast company makes a strategic hire, and Australia's digital advertising body welcomes streaming giants. Let's get into it. First up, Spotify just dropped some fascinating insights about why Fandom might be the most powerful tool advertisers have right now. At Advertising Week New York, Spotify presented a panel emphasizing how the platform has become the home of fandom and culture, creating major opportunities for brands to reach deeply engaged fans. Jenny Haggard, Spotify's head of global thought leadership, explained how fans aren't just passive listeners anymore. They're driving performance for advertisers because they're deeply engaged with what they care about. The panel featured major brands sharing fandom strategies. McDonald's Chief Loyalty and Engagement Officer, Allegra Krishnan, talked about their A Minecraft Movie meal deal, emphasizing it succeeded because it was co-created with the franchise, not just sponsored. You have to actually understand the fandom, not just slap your logo on it. The data is compelling. 79% of adults respond positively to brands who engage in communities, and among 18 to 34-year-olds, 73% say fandom is a positive part of life, and 64% are more likely to buy from sponsors of what they love. For podcasters and advertisers, the takeaway is clear. Tap into fandoms that align naturally with your brand. And remember, co-creation and long-term partnerships drive more success than generic ads. Next, the production powerhouse behind Line Order and Chicago Fire is doing something completely unexpected. Wolf Entertainment is launching its first kids podcast. Wolf Entertainment is partnering with Pinna, Realm's kids and family vertical, to launch Picklebottom Everyday Mysteries, dropping October 14th on all major podcast platforms. The show follows Patrick, a precocious 11-year-old with an uncanny ability to solve mysteries. Each episode presents a new neighborhood riddle, encouraging young listeners to sharpen their critical thinking skills. Dick Wolf said, "As the company behind some of the most iconic crime stories, it was only natural to share the excitement of solving mysteries with kids." The first 2 episodes drop October 14th on all platforms, with Pinna subscribers getting exclusive access to the first 4 episodes. The first season has 8 episodes total, releasing weekly. This is Wolf Entertainment's first foray into children's content, and it's a smart move. The kids' podcast space is growing rapidly, and getting families hooked on quality audio content early creates lifelong listeners. Major industry news. Acast, the world's largest independent podcast company, just appointed Laura Hagen as SVP Regional MD Americas and Global Head of Agency Relations. This signals Acast's serious commitment to North American expansion. North America saw a 70% increase in net sales in Q2 2025 alone. Hagen comes from leadership roles at Zeta Global and iHeartMedia, bringing deep expertise in leveraging AI, data sets, and identity graphs, which are crucial for Acast's technology-driven approach. CEO Glende said, "Laura has built high-performance teams across audio, creative sales, digital, and data, covering many of our strategic priorities." Hagen said, "Our goal is to bridge the gap between highly engaged audiences and the brands looking to connect with them. The podcast market is maturing at an extremely rapid pace. With 70% net sales increase in North America, this hire positions Acast to gain more market share against competitors like Spotify's Megaphone." Quick but significant update from Australia. IAB Australia just welcomed 16 new members, including Netflix, Pfizer Australia, and Wesfarmers retail media business, One Media. Other new members include AudioStack, LinkedIn, Ebiquity, and several data and marketing companies. IAB Australia is the industry body that helps grow sustainable digital advertising investment across Australia, with more than 300 industry leaders providing a collective voice to address key challenges. CEO Guy Leroy explained, each new member brings a unique perspective to how digital advertising can evolve responsibly. The strength of the IAB community lies in bringing these diverse players together to solve real-world challenges. For podcasting, having streaming giants like Netflix and data companies like AudioStack joining means better measurement practices and potentially more advertising dollars flowing into audio. Finally, a fascinating new series launching Monday that takes you inside one of the world's most intense entertainment industries. USG Audio, Novel, and PRX are producing Mission K-pop, following 23-year-old Caddy Seto on her journey to become a K-pop idol. Caddy, a recent graduate from NYU, leaves Los Angeles for Seoul to train at a K-pop academy, immersing herself in singing, dancing, and styling lessons as she prepares for high-stakes auditions. The series is hosted by journalist Hyrian Kong, who previously wrote a Rolling Stone cover story on Blackpink. Kong shadows Caddy's journey, documenting the exhilaration and heartbreak of chasing this dream. K-pop training is notoriously rigorous. Perfectionist standards, intense physical demands, and complex questions about identity and belonging. Max O'Brien from Novel called it a beautifully produced series about hopes and dreams that doesn't rely on true crime to deliver high drama and tension. Episodes drop weekly on Mondays starting October 13th across all major podcast platforms. Those are your 5 stories from the podcast and audio industry for Thursday, October 9th in Australia. From fandom-driven advertising to children's mysteries, company appointments, industry collaborations, and documentary storytelling. The audio world is diverse and constantly evolving. I'm Michelle. Stay curious, stay creative, and keep those headphones on. This is Podwire's 5 Things. Don't forget to subscribe to joinpodwires.com to get the latest podcasting news without bias.
That's your wrap. Want the inside track on podcasting? Joinpodwires.com is your next stop. Subscribe to the newsletter for the latest trends and tap into the marketplace to connect with jobs, creators, and brands shaping audio's future. Don't just listen, get involved. Head to joinpodwires.com today.